Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the illegally cited mixer stream. Yeah, we're mixing it up again. Pun maybe intended or not, whatever. But yeah, this is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and I am back for another mixer stream. I was going to do one yesterday, but I was working on a couple of projects that I really wanted and kind of needed to get done before the end of the weekend, just so that the people I'm working with had a chance to actually look at them before our meeting early in the week. So, welcome, guys. And just to start this one off, I'm trying a fair number of things differently here. So, this is going to be kind of an interesting experiment, if you will. You may notice, unfortunately, that I did not introduce my normal co-host here. I didn't introduce Riley. Well, if you watched my video from yesterday on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/illegally-cited, unfortunately, she will not be joining us live on the microphone anymore on live streams as a in-person chat moderator because she is no longer living here. Unfortunately, you can watch the video to kind of find out a little bit more details. I'm not going to go into it here, but unfortunately, Riley is not living here anymore. We ended up breaking it off a little bit ago. And so she is no longer here. But she may pop in. I'm not sure about tonight because they may be traveling, but she may be likely to pop in at some point during future streams. She's definitely, as I said in the video, welcome to chat moderate and anything like that, or just hang out. So yeah, that is one kind of the different changes. So I'm going to be monitoring the chat myself, which I'm maybe not able to respond to everyone as quickly because I don't have someone just kind of letting me know right away. But another thing I'm experimenting with is I'm actually doing kind of a dual headphone setup. I've got my AfterShokz on, which are super, I've got these AfterShokz Airs, which I've reviewed on the channel as well. And they are like very, very tiny. They sit in front of your ear. They don't take up much space on your head. And with my regular headphones that I use to record, I can kind of put them over the AfterShokz. So theoretically, if I get a new chat message, I might be able to hear that from my phone via my AfterShokz and still be able to kind of communicate live-ish while still listening to the game with my big headphones. It feels a little awkward on the ears, not going to lie, but you know what? It's a system that might work. The final thing that I will bring up here is thanks to Chris. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, because when I was originally doing the game bar with Mixer, I tried recording with something like Bandicam, and that just overall didn't work super well. Sometimes it did, but a lot of times it didn't. But with OBS, you should theoretically be able to stream and record at the same time, which is what I'm trying right now. Mixer does not have a tool right now where you can, export directly to YouTube. So I have to right now waste a lot of bandwidth downloading my Mixer archive, then re-uploading this big file back up to YouTube. But Chris goes, well, why don't you just record at the same time and then you have the local file and then all you have to do is upload? I'm like, duh, that's just smart enough to work. Simple enough to work. So we're trying that too. And let's see if anyone's in the chat here just to monitor things before we kick off. Oh, hey, Austin. Yeah, okay, Brandon, you're in here too, and VoiceOver is not reading these automatically aloud. All right. So, hey guys. Yeah, it is unfortunate. It does suck. But, like I said, we're going to keep things rolling. And we are going to play some Sable. For those unfamiliar, it is a audio RPG maker. No coding, scripting, or anything like that necessary. I've watched some of their YouTube videos as they've kind of overviewed some of the features and things like that, and I kind of brushed up on a couple of them earlier this morning or earlier today, and I read through a bit of the documentation, which they did a really nice job of, by the way. Ebon Sky Studios. Look them up on YouTube, social media, their website. They have an open public beta, but it is a limited time beta. It is only open until the end of May as of now. So that's why I wanted to get the stream done tonight, and assuming everything goes well, upload the archive and release that, boom, right away for tomorrow's Monday mixer. So let's pop right in here. I've played about 5-10 minutes of this just to kind of poke around, but I really haven't done much. So we're going to create a new world. I'm not using a screen reader. I'm going to use their native speech.
Ebon Sky Studios.
Welcome to the alpha test version of Sable 1.8 by Ebon Sky Studios. Main menu, please select.
Alright, hey, we got another viewer. Thanks for joining, dude. That's awesome. So yeah, we're going to take a look at some Sable. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert at this by any means, because like I said, I've played about 5 minutes of this, maybe 10 tops. But it seems really pretty intuitive, at least for the basics. So we're just going to maybe create a little bit of the world, maybe create a few items, and then maybe create a couple of people to give things to, maybe a quest or something, like a little mini, go get this item quest, but we're just going to play with it. I should also mention this being a limited demo, or alpha. It is far from final. They're still working on it. And anything that we create is going to be lost. So the demo will no longer function as of the end of May, and any work that we create will be lost to time, unless it's uploaded to YouTube, of course. But there you go. So I'm not going to worry about anything, making it too, mind-blowing or, that kind of a thing. So let's see what our menu options are.
Play game.
Play game.
Load project.
Load. I'm going to make a new one.
New project. Sounds and voice.
I did speed up the voice 1 or 2 just because it was really slow.
Navigational systems.
That is disabled. I'm not quite sure what that refers to. My guess is like kind of compass, or like adding, I saw somewhere that you can add like waypoints, like kind of beacons, like if you have an item of interest you can kind of place something down in the world, but I don't know the extent of what that is.
Exit Sable.
And exit. So
sounds and voice.
Let's do
new project.
New project.
Enter project name edit.
And we'll enter a project name. Well, this is going to be, let's just say stream.
Stream.
And I turned off key echo because that drives me nuts. So I just have it set to words. So we're going to say stream demo.
Please enter a name for the map. This is the name that will be spoken when the player enters the map. Press escape so no name is spoken when the player enters the map edit.
Let's just say the village.
Please enter a reference for the map. This is not seen by the player but used to locate maps within the engine. Pressing escape will default the reference to the previously entered map name.
Yeah, we're just going to hit escape because we're not going to enter a special code.
Please enter the map length you would like your map to have. This must be a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 100 edit.
So when I was playing with this, I made it super ginormous. I went 100 by 100, but I think we're going to keep things a little bit simple. Let's do 40 by 40, because that should give us plenty of room to add a few buildings and things like that. 40.
Please enter the map width you would like your map to have.
40.
This must be a minimum of. Please enter the map height you would like your map to have.
Now you can actually also add a Z-axis, and if you want to have a building, let's say, that has 2 stories on it, you may want to have a 2-story map level so that you can account for that. So I'm going to say 2.
Please select map type.
And what kind of map do we want? This is going to be a town. maps, a little village. So we're going to do something, nothing too fancy.
Outdoors map.
Okay, we choose in or outdoor.
Indoors map. Outdoors map.
Let's do outdoor.
Please select terrain type to fill map with.
And then we
Press
choose a
escape to set
terrain.
as default terrain.
And there's a bunch of them. There's anything from like more... Seems like you can make sci-fi things too, not just medieval, because there's like, grass and stone and different types of metal and all kinds of things. So
Asphalt. Asphalt. Broken concrete. Concrete. Dirt. Grass. Gravel. Hollow metal. Ice. Leaves. Metal. Mud. Sand. Shallow water. Snow. Solid metal. Stone. Water. Wooden floor. Wooden floor.
And there's your end. So boom, there we go. Let's go home.
Asphalt. Broken concrete. Dirt. Grass.
Now you can use first letter navigation, which is great, which I even did in the when I was playing with it for a few minutes earlier.
Music. Please select background music.
And we're gonna, let's see, music. So this is our background music that we can choose.
Mysterious Glen.
We don't want anything mysterious. We're gonna keep things pretty low key.
On the Road to Adventure. Soundtrack 1.
Now I can hit Shift P. I kind of wish it was a little more straightforward. If like I could just hit spacebar to listen. I want to sample it before I choose it. That's not too bad. Kind of a calm, it's a little somber, but
Soundtrack 2.
let's see what soundtrack 2 is. That sounds like a good opening, kind of, almost sounds like something from the Legend of Zelda Fairy Fountains, to be honest. Let me check the chat again here. Yep, built-in speech, got you there. Yep, exactly. Stream Doom. Well, I did that not too long ago, but I'm sure I will stream some more Doom again. I'm sure I will be streaming some Doom because that's just one that never gets old. Okay, so what are we doing?
Soundtrack 2.
Oh, that's right, I gotta pick.
Soundtrack 1.
I was sampling, okay.
Soundtrack 2.
Yeah, we'll use this.
Ambiances. Please select background ambience.
Now,
for
we
the
can
map.
also choose, in addition to music, you can, have an ambient sound. So these are like environmental effects.
Birds _ light _ 2. Birds _ light _ 2.
That's probably the one I'm going to choose, but let's hit Shift P, I mean. Yeah, pretty peaceful. Seems pretty apt for an opening area of the game.
Creaky _ tree _ and _ wind.
Nah,
Cricket _ light _ loop.
nah, that would be out for maybe some wilderness we'll do later.
Dungeon.
Dungeon,
Frog chorus. Birds. Great tree
swamp
frogs,
area maybe, or
spring
something, or a
peepers,
forest.
American toad. Ocean waves.
That'd be cool.
Storm. Stormy wind. 2 _ or _ more _ frogs _ loop. Wind _ in _ trees _ light _ 1. Wind _ leaves _ light _
I wonder, they don't have to put the underscores in, I don't think, but I kind of find that distracting, or if I could turn off the punctuation on the internal game, because that's sort of obnoxious.
Birds _ light _
So
2.
let's do birds.
New project created. Generating new map.
Okay, we're going to generate a new map. And there we go. Boom, we got our village. Yeah, it does. Hey, Chris. Sounds a little bit Final Fantasy. Actually, yeah. Isn't there one of the title screens that sounds sort of like that? Or Secret of Mana? Oh, are they real? Oh, they're not actually original. Oh, well, guess what? You nailed it there then, Chris. I don't typically play turn-based RPGs, so I won't really know all that much. Like, give me Zelda and I'm there. But oh, Stream of Doom. Okay, gotcha. I see what you meant there. Nevertheless, we will be playing some more Doom, I'm sure, because it's great. So it's going to spawn us in our upper left corner. 1, 1, 1. All XYZ axis. So I can hit X at any time.
X1, Y1, Z1, grass.
Alright, and we're on grass, so now we can just start moving around. Now I have a 30 by 30. So I'm going to split this town in half. vertically. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a horizontal road and maybe call it Main Street. So I'm going to go down about halfway.
X1, Y13, Z1, grass.
So close
X1,
enough.
Y15, Z1.
So
grass.
that's right in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the right one, because I figured this out earlier too. You can lay down terrain one at a time, but that's really slow because this is a major, your main street through town. We want it a little bit wider. So we can hit our bracket key. I'm going to hit the right bracket.
Brush size set to 3.
So now it's kind of like, think of if anyone has played something like Harvest Moon and you're creating crop patterns. You stand in the center of a 3x3 grid. So it's, 3x3. And it'll basically make that terrain all around you. So you can't be over to the left. There's our border. Because there's nothing, I can't do anything to the left. So I have to be one in. And the number keys will do different menus that we can create. So I'm going to hit 1.
Terrain menu. Please select tile type.
And we're going to make this pavement because it's Main Street.
Asphalt.
Or asphalt, sure, we'll do that. And now I can hit shift and just kind of run to the right.
Brush size set to 3.
We're going to run all the way. Boom, got it. Okay, now when I just walk, we have pavement. And I'm going to go all the way to the left. Okay, and you can jump to a certain location too. I believe it's Shift L. Will give you, like, you can jump to a certain coordinate. Oh yeah, 40 by 40. Huh, you're right. Okay, yeah, good call, Brandon. Yep. Okay. So, fair enough. Maybe we'll put a lake down below or something. Maybe we'll put a little fishing pond or something down there. So now if I go up, there's my grass. I have 3 of those, and I'm going to hit shift left bracket.
Brush size set to 1.
So that resets it back to 1. Now what I'm going to do is, I think that one of the first things we're going to want to do as an incomer to a town is maybe we're going to have an inn. So I'm going to go here, all the way to the left. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to start the building process right here. And while I'm doing this, anybody think of a name for an inn? I should just call it like Yield Inn. I don't know. So we're going to hit number 4, I think.
Objects.
Yep,
Please select
objects.
objective
So
place.
we're going to...
Barrel. Building creator.
I'm going to build.
Please enter a name for the building edit.
See if anybody has a name that they want to... Yep, I did that earlier today, so I did have that much practice. So I screwed it up originally, not realizing you actually had to hit enter first after you choose all your attributes. But I figured that out the hard way. Yeah, let's just call it Yield Inn.
Ye. Old.
Sure. Just be stupid.
Please enter the building's height edit. 1.
And we're going to make it 2 because we want to have an up and down stairs.
Please select floor type for building.
And
Asphalt.
we're going to do wood.
Water. Wooden floor.
Wooden floor because that seems appropriate.
Please select wall type for the building.
How about stone?
Stone. Please select background music for the building.
Okay, now we do want a different background music to separate it from the overworld here, from our town.
Mysterious Glen. On the road to adventure.
I kind of like this one. Kind of a little cheery, like, whatever. I mean, there's not one... I would probably have a different one for real, but this is the sounds that they give us, so we're going to...
Please select ambience for the building.
Do that, and we're not going to give it any ambience, because we don't have, like, a... In this build, there's no, like, bar sounds or anything like that, so we're going to hit escape.
Press enter to place the created object.
Now, because I am already where I'm at, where I want to be, I'm going to hit enter.
Building mode activated. Press and keep the shift key held down, then use the arrow keys to size your building. Once satisfied with
So-
the shape and size, release the shift key to place the building.
What we're going to do is I want this to have the doorway right in the middle. So I'm going to make an uneven size building.
Length 1, width length 2,
2,
length
3.
3, length 4, length 5, length 6, length 7, length 8, width 0, length 9, width 0, length 10, length 11, width 1, width 3, width 4, width 5, width 6, width 7, width 8, length 11, edge of map.
Oh, okay.
Width 7, length 11, width 6, length 11.
Sure. Okay.
Building size set. Press the return key to place a door. This must be on one of the building's walls. Press escape to exit the building creator.
We'll go all the way to the bottom.
Building wall, building wall, building wall.
And I did 11. Shoot, let's see. Let me see here.
Building wall, building
So
wall.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put it there.
Please select door tile sound. This is the sound played when the player reaches the door.
Okay.
Door.
We want a door.
Please select sound that will play when the player goes through the door. Door open.
Sure.
Generating building.
Makes sense.
Building
All right.
added to map.
We got our building. Now we're in the inn. And one thing that we're going to do is we don't have a way to get from floor 1 to floor 2 yet.
Exit to the old inn. Exit
So
to
there's
the
my
old inn.
door. We can hit spacebar to activate, but we're not going to just yet. We're going to go all the way to the lower right. Okay, and we're going to add... That is under objects, I think, but let me check the chat again. The village dive. Oh, man. Man, yep, I should have. That's pretty good. I didn't get to that in time. I like it. I like it. All right, so we're gonna... I think we go to 4 again.
Objects, barrel, building creator, container, door/transition.
There's what we want.
Please enter door name edit. R-A-I-T-S.
In staircase, sure.
Please enter a description for the door edit.
And we're not going to do a description because it's just a door.
Please select map which the door will lead to. The village.
We only have one.
Please select door tile sound. This door.
We're going to do
Edge of cliff, vines, wood stairs.
wood stairs. That sounds good.
Please select sound that will play when the door open. Stairs.
Yep, stairs. That works.
Would you like the door to appear on the player map? Yes.
Sure.
Would you like it to only show once the player has discovered the door? Yes.
No.
No. Does the door start in a locked state?
No,
Yes.
of course not.
No. Press enter to place the created object.
So we're already in the bottom right corner of the inn. We're going to hit enter.
Now find a new location for the exit and place using the
And
return
now,
key.
because we have 2 levels of our village, we can hit U to go up and D to go down. We're going to go up,
Move to level 2.
and we can hit X to verify that.
X20, Y8, Z2, wooden floor.
So we're on Z is 2, so that's where we want, directly above it, basically.
Would you like to set the exit different attributes to the entrance?
No.
Yes, no. Exit placed, returning to previous location.
All right, so now,
X19, Y8, Z1, wooden floor, in staircase.
in staircase, I can hit space.
X20, Y7, Z2, wooden floor. In staircase.
Okay, let's go back down.
Exit to the old inn.
Okay, let's
to
exit the
old
inn for now. Now, I had it a little bit above the main street here. So what we're going to do
Entrance to the old inn.
is we are going to switch our terrain.
Terrain menu, asphalt, broken concrete, dirt.
Dirt.
In front of ye old inn.
Okay, so now there's our main street, and if I go up, we have our dirt path to the door. But if I head left off of the path, there we go. So you can tell right where we are, and our door is only 1 wide, so we only need a 1 wide vertical path of dirt. Now, I think, let me see if this works. I don't exactly quite know, but we're going to try something here. Okay, that uh-oh. Okay, I got to switch this back to pavement.
Terrain menu, asphalt.
Or I keep calling it pavement, but same thing. Okay, there we go. So, Brandon, if you know, how do you... I know in one of the earlier videos, Paul had actually named the paths. So, like, I could name this whole strip, this 3 wide strip. I could name that terrain, like Main Street, and then I could name the path, like path to inn or something like that. How do you do that? I thought it was Shift Enter, but that didn't seem to work. Yeah, okay, yeah. Please tell me how to do that. That's what you just asked me. Oh. Okay, do tell. I'll wait for him to reply and get a drink of water here quick. Can't you, like, if you hit Alt-E, I should be able to... Can Alt-E do it too?
Please select classes, items, armor, weapons, abilities, status affects, enemies, enemy bands for the village, key and quest items, panning sounds, view all objects, project options, view all
So
objects.
if I did... no, because object isn't a terrain.
Project options.
Let's see if he says anything here. Oh, I think I get it. Hang on, let me read it again. Oh, but then when I refer, if I go to, let's say, to dirt later, then when I go back, it'll go back to asphalt and it wouldn't say Main Street. I think I get it. So let's go. So there's our center. Let's go all the way to the left. And we'll go 1 in. And we will do F1. Or not F1. Oh, crap. 1.
Terrain menu.
Hopefully
Please
that
select
didn't do
tile type.
anything.
Asphalt.
Asphalt, and I'm going to hit Shift Enter.
Custom name. Enter a custom name for
Main Street. And I'm going to...
brush size set to 3.
There we go.
Main Street.
Gotcha. So that would be one thing I would like to see them add, is maybe, as long as you're on a connected terrain, like a different, like a road, or I could be anywhere within like a path or a road, or maybe a body of water, and then if I forget to name it, I just hit enter and added water, and then I want to give that pond a name. Maybe I'd like to see that being an edit menu to edit current block of terrain, kind of like, you know, like if you think about it like a graphical tool like Photoshop, I'm going to use the paint bucket tool and just go everything of that current item that I'm on will be labeled. So let's go all the way back. And
leaving Main Street.
okay, there's my path.
Entrance to the old inn.
Okay,
Entrance to the old inn.
so I will add terrain.
Terrain menu. Please asphalt.
Yep, okay, so now it defaults back to asphalt. Got it, okay.
Broken concrete.
I get how this works. So I'm going to say
Dirt.
Shift
Custom
Enter,
name. Enter.
path
Path
to in.
Path to inn. Leaving path to in. Path to in. Leaving path to in.
Wait, how did I screw that up?
Path to in. Leaving path to in. Path to in.
Oh, shittery. Okay, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, man. Okay. Yep. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to reset my brush
set
size.
to 1.
Oops. Okay. I wondered why that... yes. Okay, so...
Path to in. Entrance to the
Okay,
old
there's
inn.
my entrance. So... God, what a pain in the butt. Okay.
In front of path to in.
So...
Terrain menu. Please select tile type.
Grass.
Path to in. Path to in. Path to in. Path to in. Main street. Leaving main street. Path to in. Main street.
Okay, I
Path to
went
in.
too far. Okay, yeah. Well, it's going to be a little sloppy. I should have just left it 3 wide. But essentially, we'll just leave it. It's going to be ugly because I'm not going to redo everything. We're going to move on and do something else. But essentially now, when I walk around,
Main street.
I've got Main Street.
Leaving main
There's
street.
our grass.
Leaving in main street. Path to in.
So path to in, that's cutting right through our Main Street, which we didn't want. I could fix it. I know how to fix it. But see, again, this is a perfect example where I wish I could just pave over this part and then, you know, just label this whole, re-edit this whole stretch and just, you know, relabel it to be Main Street again. Yeah, I mean, it is easy to redo, but I'm just thinking like on a large scale, if you started creating something really big and, you know, you're keeping track of all this, you basically have to have a really good sense of mental mapping to make all this stuff work. And so, you know, it's easy to go, oh, I forgot to reset the brush size, or I forgot to name this particular item, or if you start making more complicated like walls or terrain, or, you know, instead of just making a prefab building, you can make walls and have collision detection and things like that. So if I go up now...
Leaving path to in. Entrance to the old inn.
Yeah.
Leaving path to in. Path to
So
in.
yeah, I like the way...
Main street.
That really works cool because you can immediately tell right away that, you know, where you are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going
Path
to...
to in. Main street.
Let's go to my middle here. I'm going to go all the way to the left. And what I could do, I'll go 1, maybe 2 in.
Leaving main
I'll
street.
leave there. Let's add an object.
Objects. Please select object to place.
What do we want to name our village?
Barrel. Building creator. Container. Door/transition. Fast travel waypoint. Merchant. Person. Save point. Signpost. If you would like to enter a custom name for the signpost, enter it here. This is the name the player will see edit.
So what do we want to name our town? We'll say, welcome to blah, blah, blah. See if anybody responds here. This is where, while I'm waiting, I do have sort of a rough idea for like a vague storyline. And since this is a limited time demo, I'm just kind of playing with the tools to see what's possible, at least with the current alpha build they have. But I'm actually, you know, I've been thinking off and on about how I would love to make my own game. And seeing as how you don't need any coding experience to make this with Sable, I really like the idea. But while I can write nonfiction or like, you know, technical documents, like writing fictional content is not my strong suit. So what I'm trying to do is I'm kind of trying to come up with like a rough outline of like a vague story, and then come up with maybe my major town, metropolis, you know, major kingdom, just like, you know, like the Legend of Zelda. You have your main town in Hyrule, and then you have like Kakariko Village and different things like that. But thinking of names for towns and buildings and key characters and what kind of animals and beasts and creatures I want to have. So, no responses just yet. Welcome to... Like I said, I have no idea how to spell Kakariko. I'm trying to remember what other towns Zelda has. That's the main one I can think of. I'll just say welcome to Hyrule. Hell, we already have Final Fantasy music. What's a little more trademark infringement?
Please enter
right?
the signpost's description. This will be announced if the player presses the description key edit.
Really not much more we need.
Please select the signpost's tile sound. This is the sound which will play when the player reaches the signpost.
Oh, okay.
Corpse. Metal post.
Corpse. Yes. Oh, that's funny. We could treat that as like a, you know, corpse head nailed on or put on a pike, just to be funny. But we're going a little friendlier in this particular town. But that's amusing to me.
Stone plinth. Metal post.
Do a metal post.
Please select radar sound. For no radar sound, press escape. Flies. Rattling object. Sparkles. Sparkles.
Okay, so we only have 3 right now.
Rattling object.
I guess it makes sense to maybe have a rattling object because it's metal, maybe? I don't know. I mean, you can add your own custom sound effects, but I'm not going to worry about any of that because all data is going to be lost anyway. But they basically have a folder structure, like a sounds folder, and then you have different things for like characters and creatures and dialogue, and you know, you could make your, I think, subfolders for like any building or new creature that you create. So you can use stock ones, or you could go out to like a royalty-free library and grab some, or create your own, that kind of a thing. So,
please enter the text that will be spoken when the signpost is interacted with edit.
Oh, okay. Does there have to be any sound? Because if the sign already says, welcome to Hyrule, why would I need it? Could I just have it read? Oh, caramel cake. Yeah, that'd be all right. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to assume that I don't have to have it say anything because it'll just read me the label, but let's see if we're wrong.
Warning, no text entered, exiting object creation.
Oh! Okay, well that's kind of...
Main street, leaving main street.
Okay, I guess we got to do it over again.
Objects, save point, signpost.
Signpost.
If you would like to enter a custom name for the signpost, enter it here. This is the name the player will see edit. Welcome
to
black.
Blah.
Black. Blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Make it all weird. Okay.
Please enter the signpost's description. This will be announced if
don't need
select
one.
The signpost's tile sound. This corpse, metal post.
I like that. That's still funny to me.
Please select radar sound. Flies. Rattling object. Please enter the text that will be spoken when the signpost is interacted with edit.
So
welcome.
You do actually have to enter text.
2. Blah. Blah.
Okay.
Press enter to place the created object. Welcome to blah blah blah.
There we go.
Main street.
So as I get further away...
Main street. Welcome to blah blah blah.
Okay. There we go.
Main street.
So now we're walking away.
Leaving Main Street. In front of ye old inn. Leaving in front of ye old inn. In front of ye old inn. Leaving entrance to ye old inn.
So let's say... Trying to think where we may want to go next. Right, yeah, interacting, or the text is what reads it, but I thought maybe since if you labeled it that, I guess your label and your what it actually says can be different things, so sure. Uh-huh. Fair enough. So... I think before we create a quest giver person, NPC, maybe we're gonna add a chest somewhere, maybe out to the side of the inn, that he's gonna have us go get. Or you know what, maybe let's use the upstairs.
Entrance to the old inn.
So let's go in here.
In staircase.
Head upstairs. And let's... So I'm a couple in from the left-hand side in the lower left corner. I'm going to hit...
Objects. Please select barrel. Building creator. Container. Door/transition.
So let's do a container.
Please enter a name for the container edit.
Oh, so we can do containers are separate than chests, maybe? Let's see.
Objects. Please select container. Container. Door/transition.
Or is it under treasure chest?
Trigger object. Trigger object. Soundbite.
No.
Size transition. Save point. Person. Merchant. Fast travel waypoint. Door/transition. Fast travel waypoint. Door/transition. Container. Building creator. Barrel.
Weird, I can do a barrel.
Building creator. Container.
I can do a container. Okay, fine. Let's, because this is an inn.
Building creator. Container.
So we'll go...
Please enter a name for the container edit.
Let's just say...
Bob's. Suit.
Bob's Suitcase. Real original, real creative.
Please enter a description for the container edit.
A description? I mean, what else is there to say? It's Bob's Suitcase.
Bob's. Suit.
Bob's Suitcase. I'll just put it in again because I can't think of anything else to put.
Please select the container's tile sound. This is the sound which will play when the corpse, metal post, stone plinth.
Okay, so yeah, clearly even the things that were in the demo videos, they are limited here, so we don't have, it's funny they didn't include like a treasure chest song, because that's something, if you're going to practice putting in quests and things like that, you know, having some sounds for a chest or a box or something would probably be a good thing. He could be carrying a corpse or a metal post.
Stone plinth.
I guess he has a stone plinth with a compartment in it. I don't know.
Select
sure, why
sound.
not?
For no radar sound, press escape.
We can do a radar, sure.
Flies. Rattling object. Flies.
He's a bum. He hasn't, he's not too well kempt, so
Rat out flies.
His luggage is kind of nasty, so...
Would you like to add a unique open and close sound set to this container? Yes.
Sure, why not?
Select sound set. Chest.
Oh.
Corpse. Corpse. Chest.
Sure, okay.
No items created yet to put in the Bob suitcase. Does the Bob suitcase start in a locked state? Yes. No.
No.
Press enter to place the created object. Bob suitcase.
Okay, so so that's the weird thing, is like you have to kind of think ahead. Before I made the quest giver to grab something out of their suitcase, I first had to make the object so I could assign that to the character. But to add something to the suitcase, I should have created an item that he's going to want me to get. Yeah, Bob left his suitcase when he... Okay, yeah. Oh. Okay, well... So, we need to...
Creation tools. Please select which of the tools you wish to use. Ability creation tool, armor creation tool, enemy creation tool, item creation tool.
We want to create an item.
Please enter item name edit.
Let's just call it, oh, I don't know, Bob's Medicine.
Bob's. Enter a description edit.
Pills are good.
Please select item type. Press Shift plus D on each option for a more detailed description.
Say what?
Consumable. Consumable.
Oh, okay.
Reusable. Reusable. Consumable.
Consumable, sure.
Please select whether any stat adjustments to the target are permanent or only last for a limited number of rounds. Limited duration.
So we'll say permanent.
Enter the value of this item edit. 0. 0. 0.
Now, I don't know if that... See, what's a little bit vague here is I don't know if they mean, like, how many points, or is there... They don't really specify if it's, like, points or percentage based. So I'm going to say 25, because maybe that's 25%. I'm just going to go ahead and assume.
Is this item saleable? Yes. No.
I could be mean, grab the thing, and pawn his drugs off on a merchant, or I could, you know, we're writing a little bit of Fable, good, bad, dark, light to it here. We can,
yes,
you know, we could,
no,
we'll let him say no, because it's just for Bob.
Does this item affect any of the player's base stats? Yes.
So I could take it myself, or I could give it to him.
No.
So let's say yes.
Enter any adjustment to strength edit. 0.
0.
Enter any adjustment to dexterity edit. 0. Enter any adjustment to constitution edit.
Oh,
0.
okay. These aren't health, because I was going to have this do like a health regeneration or a health restore. I think that's separate from stats, because those are like stats and attributes are different, I think.
Enter any adjustment to intelligence edit. 0. Enter any adjustment to wisdom edit. 0. Enter any adjustment to charisma edit. 0. Does this item affect HP, mana, or stamina?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I wanted.
Enter any adjustment to HP edit. 0.
So we'll say 25. So I'm not quite sure what that other thing that I was adjusting was. You have like attributes, you have stats, and then that first thing that I did, I can't remember what they're all called.
Enter any adjustment to mana edit. 0.
0.
Enter any adjustment to stamina edit. Enter any adjustment to maximum HP edit. 0. Enter any adjustment to maximum mana edit.
Oh wow, okay.
0. Enter any adjustment to maximum stamina edit. Enter any initiative increase or decrease edit. 0.
That's cool. So you could have like a thing that would raise your maximum stamina, let's say, for a short period of time or permanently or whatever. Like you could, that'd be cool, because then you could add that to like an armor, let's say, and then you would say like, oh, okay, well this armor while you're wearing it gives you an extra, 10 strength or something.
Enter any evade increase or decrease edit. 0.
Any what?
Enter any accuracy increase. Enter any armor rating increase or decrease edit. Does this item target the opponent?
No.
Yes. No. Does this item add any resilience or vulnerability types to the player? Yes. No.
No.
Would you like to add any status affects to this item? Yes. No.
No.
Does this item revive a defeated character?
No.
If yes, it will only work on characters whose HP is 0 or less. Yes. No.
Okay, so, okay, interesting.
Please select use item sound. Book close. Book open. Eating. Fairy dust. Potion.
Yeah, we'll say a potion sound.
To enter some custom text to be spoken when the item is used, enter it here. Leaving this blank will default text to just speak any increase or decreases the item causes once used edit.
Alright, so now
Bob's suitcase.
we should be able to hit Alt-E, I'm assuming.
Please select Classes. Items. Armor. Items. Select item for more options. Bob's Medicine. Bob's Medicine. Bob's Medicine.
Okay, why is his suitcase not under items? Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, it's a little tricky to kind of keep up with the chat and the thing. So it's a little interesting, but yeah. So, like I said, I still could be a dink. I mean, I technically told it no, I can't sell it. So even though it has a value, I technically can't sell it. So, whatever, live and learn. I do wish, yes, that Mixer chat read automatically as new things came in, especially now that I have the two headphone things going. Then I could keep up in real time, but I always have to come back and check it. No, it does not. I have to manually read it. So I'm trying to edit the Bob's suitcase item so I can add the medicine to it. But it's
Bob's
not
medicine.
under
Bob's Medicine.
items.
Armor. Items. Armor. Weapons. Abilities. Status affects. Enemies. Enemy bans for the village. Key and quest items.
Would it be under there?
No key or quest items have been
No?
created yet. Key and quest items. Panning sounds. View all objects.
So maybe I shouldn't have created his suitcase as an item. I should have created it as a key or quest item instead. So this is one of those things that you're just kind of learning. You know, you got to figure out how the systems in all these mechanics work together. And like I said, this is partly, you know, I read the documentation, I watched some of the videos, but I just wanted to see going in fresh, you know, having some experience playing mainstream and even some audio games, you know, aside from knowing the keys to hit, how intuitive is this? You know, how easy is it to create items and people and quests and terrain and buildings and all that kind of stuff. So we're learning. Oh, Alt-O to edit the object? This isn't how you want to do this. Okay, well...
Bob's suitcase.
So if I hit Alt-O? You said Alt-O, right? Not Shift-O? That didn't work.
Bob's suitcase.
Let's say Shift-O?
Please select which object attribute you want to amend. Event trigger. Name. Description. Container tile
Yep,
sound.
it's Shift-O.
Radar sound. Container tile sound. Radar open and close sound. Lock state. Add additional items to the object.
Yes, let's do that.
Please select items you would like to put in the Bob's suitcase. Bob's medicine.
Yay!
Bob's medicine. 1 added.
Excellent.
Bob's medicine. 1 added.
Okay.
Bob's
So
medicine.
now what?
1 added. This has already been added. Please enter the new required quantity added. 1.
Sure.
Bob's medicine. 1 added.
Okay. So...
Bob's medicine. 1 added. Add additional items to the object.
Did I hit enter and it just kept kind of looping me, so did it actually add?
Lock state. Add additional items to the object. Lock state. Open and close sound. Radar sound. Container tile sound. Description. Name. Event trigger. Bob's suitcase.
How do I want to look at the properties of it. Like, I don't want to necessarily edit it, but I want to see what the attributes are for it to see if it did in fact add his medicine to it. Oh, okay. Yeah, so creating a quest item, yeah, he said, Brandon says basically you have to create it a different way. So this would be a thing like where if I'm just out in the world, I want to have a barrel or a chest and I'm going to collect some sort of consumable or item that's just randomly in the world. But since I want this to become a quest item, it would actually have to be done a little bit differently. So I would... This is where it's like it's a little bit unclear. You know, do you create the person and then do you create a... Because you'd have to create a person to create a... So you can create a quest. And then... But if you do that, you have to have a quest item to make the... Hell, I don't know. Like I said, this is the logistics of, like, I'm sure it'll be really easy once I figure out the sequence and just the procedures for doing things, but, you know, these are just a little, like, creating buildings is pretty easy, so that's not bad. I understand creating paths. I created a sign.
Bob's suitcase.
So let's see if we can delete Bob's suitcase.
Are you sure you want to delete Bob's suitcase?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
And I probably, if I do that, I
Bob's
probably won't have
suitcase
his
deleted.
medicine either, but oh well. Alright. So... okay. Okay, create the person first, then it'll ask you if you want to make a quest, and you create a quest object, which you can then put in a suitcase. I think that sort of makes sense, kind of. Okay, so, like I said, this isn't going to be, you know, I'm just kind of learning the materials, learning the mechanics, and also just showing you guys a little bit about what is in the alpha right now, and if this is something that you guys would be interested in as well. So let's go downstairs.
In staircase.
Go down. And let's go up into the far upper right. Oh.
In staircase.
Okay, so there's not... Yeah, that's right. This is a pretty short building. So we'll put him here. So we're going to add a...
Objects. Please select object, barrel, building creator, container, door/transition, fast travel waypoint, merchant, person, save point, signpost, size transition, soundbite, trigger object.
I didn't know if there was a separate thing between like person and quest giver, so that'll probably be an attribute of the person.
Size transition, signpost, save point, person.
Person.
Please enter person's name edit.
Bob. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, shoot me some dialogue, man.
Please enter person's description. This will be announced if the player presses the description key edit.
So, what are we going to say about Bob? We're going to say, what about Bob, right? Funny movie, by the way. Great movie. We're going to say... an elderly...
Elderly.
Man. Looking a little under the weather. Sure, why not?
Would you like to use a pre-recorded voice? Yes, no.
No.
Select sound set. Dibbler. Male. Dibbler.
What the hell is a dibbler? I don't even know what a dibbler is. That's
male. Male.
Let me see.
Dibbler. Male. Dibbler.
If I can hit... Can I hit Shift P? No, I can't.
Male.
Okay, we'll just say male. They don't even give you a female option in this alpha.
Dibbler. Male.
Boy, I know some people who would be very, very upset about that if they saw that. No, there's no female. I get it, but...
Does this person set the player a task?
Yes, he does.
Yes. Please give the quest a name edit.
The quest, we're going to call it Pills.
Pills
are good. Little Dumb and Dumber quote there.
If you would like the quest to have a description, please enter the description here. This can be viewed by the player when they are viewing their list of active quests. Edit.
Find Bob's medicine.
Medicine.
Somewhere in the inn.
Please give the key to this task completion key a name. Edit. Bob completion key.
So completion key, is that where would we just rename that to Bob's medicine? Right. Okay. So it is my trigger item. So we're going to call it Bob's medicine.
If you would like the key to have a description, please enter the description here. Edit.
Description. A bottle of pills. We're going to be real original.
Is this a physical item which the player will hold?
Yes.
Yes. Please enter the text that will be spoken when the NPC is interacted with. This is the text that will explain the task or quest the NPC is setting the player. Edit.
Okay, so let's look at Brandon's dialogue here. Okay, wow, that's a lot. Okay, hey.
Hey.
Ah, and then of course you lose focus. You. Pills. Gotta have.
Space.
Gotta.
T-E-G. Get.
Gotta get them.
Space.
Okay. Left.
M.
Up. ...
Space.
Suitcase. ...
Suitcase.
Pills.
Get. My. I.
Okay, there we go. First line set.
Please enter the text that will be spoken when the NPC is interacted with before the task or quest is complete. Edit.
Okay. Okay, so he didn't add one for this step, so we're going to say must have pills.
L. ... Please enter the text that will be spoken when the NPC is interacted with once the task is complete. Edit.
Okay, the task is complete. He had a line for that. At last.
Last.
At last. I feel like myself again.
Space.
Thank you, young man.
Space.
I really did need
space D need
these. Okay.
Please enter the text that will be spoken if you interact with the NPC once the task is complete. Edit.
Okay, and he had that as well. M, okay.
Space I
did.
O L space D I D did love those. Hills. Space. Thanks, again.
Thanks again, Sonny.
Press enter to place the created
I
object.
added that little last blurb. Wait, okay. So this is I'm placing the character.
Bob.
Okay, there's Bob. So now we got to go upstairs.
In staircase.
I think. And, okay, so now, in order to... You said I should use a barrel rather than a container? Right, so I placed Bob, and now I'm upstairs. Right, okay, so I don't necessarily have to use a barrel because it doesn't really make sense for him to be carrying around a barrel, although that's some crazy built old man. So we're going to say...
Objects, barrel, building creator, container.
Container, that did seem to work last time, so we're going to add that.
Please enter a name for the container edit.
Bob's suitcase.
Please enter a description for the container edit.
And old.
D, space, D. Old.
Dirty. Suitcase.
Please select the container's tile sound. This is the sound which corpse, metal post, stone plinth.
Yeah, well, that's the best we're going to do. We're going to give him a stone plinth.
Please select radar sound. For no radar sound, press escape. Flies.
Yep, flies, because it's old and musty, so he's kind of a old grungy dude.
Would you like to add a unique open and close sound set to this container? Yes.
Yes.
Select sound set, chest, corpse, chest. Please select items you would like to put in the Bob's suitcase. Bob's medicine. Bob's medicine. Bob's medicine. Bob's
Okay,
medicine.
so yeah, when I added the old version of the medicine, that must have been gone when I deleted it because it was already placed inside.
Bob's medicine.
So this should be
Bob's
the
medicine.
quest item, I would think.
Bob's medicine. 1 added.
Okay. Now can I...
Bob's medicine.
That's the
added.
only thing that's in there.
This has already been added. Please enter
So
the new required
can I
quantity
just-
added. 1. Bob's medicine. 1 added.
So I can hit escape now?
Does the Bob suitcase start in a locked state? Yes. No.
No.
Press enter to place the created object. Bob's suitcase.
Okay, we got that.
Bob's suitcase.
There's our waypoint, a little marker. So we've got that placed. Okay.
In staircase.
Now if we go straight up,
Bob.
and I can't do quests because I'm in creation mode. So I would have to go into the debug mode or whatever. Let's see if I have anything new in the chat. Okay, so if I were to...
Bob.
Okay, so if I wanted to... Do I edit Bob or do I have to edit a quest to make him give me experience? Okay. So
Please select.
we'll edit.
Classes, items, armor, weapons, abilities, status affects, enemies, enemy bands for the village, key and quest items, panning sounds, view all objects.
Okay, it's not under Alt-E. I wonder if that's the one where I hit...
Bob.
Do I hit Alt or Shift-O?
Please select which object attribute you want to amend. Event trigger. Event trigger. Name. Event trigger.
Okay, event trigger, that sounds right. Let me read that again. Yep, okay.
Select when you would like the trigger to fire. Before Bob's first line of speech, after setting the task, once the player has returned and completed the task.
Yes, that's what we want to do. We want to grant the player some XP.
Please select if you wish for a cutscene or music change. If not, select none. Change map music, cutscene. None.
So we don't have anything, we don't have any sort of audio cutscenes, so we're just going to say none. We're just going to, this is a simple, basic side quest, so we're just going to...
Enter any text you would like spoken, leave blank if you want no text spoken, edit.
I'll just say quest complete, because we already gave Bob his dialogue. This is just about the trigger. Quest complete.
Select event trigger. Add Bob to player's party. Alter encounter rate, battle, end game. Move player's location, none. Player damage, restore party. Reward an item, experience, or money.
Yeah, let's reward.
Please select Bob's medicine. Bob's medicine. Bob's medicine.
Wait, what?
Bob's medicine. Would you like to reward another item?
No, I didn't tell Bob I wanted...
Yes. Please select Bob's medicine. Bob's medicine. Would you like to reward another item? Yes. No. Would you like to assign an experience bonus or gold reward to the player's party? Yes. Please enter any experience bonus you would like this event trigger to assign to the player's party members. 0. 0.
So let's say, I don't know, we'll just say 5 XP, because it's a very simple.
Please enter any gold reward you would like this event trigger to assign to the player's party. Edit. 0.
And he doesn't have much money, so we'll just say 2 gold.
Enter any text you would like spoken after the event trigger, leave blank if you want no text spoken, edit.
And we already gave him dialogue, so we're just gonna be okay.
Event trigger added. Event trigger.
Okay.
Name.
So we have our event trigger for Bob. We can done editing him. Okay, well,
Bob.
So we have a quest. I think, we're not going to go too long for this stream, but we're just going to get the handle of the mechanics. I think really the last thing maybe that we'll do is we'll create some sort of creature that we can fight on the grass and maybe give ourselves a basic sword to start with, and then we'll call it, because like I said, I'm not going to add a whole bunch to it. So yeah, I was reading chat there, and when I hit, it just asked me, do I want to add a XP or item or experience bonus? I said yes, and it just, it automatically first brought me to the item, which I didn't want him to reward me with the medicine, so I hit escape there, and then it asked me for the XP and gold. So theoretically, because it did give me the chime to say that the overall quest had been created. So, I mean, there's a little bit of kind of ambiguity or a little bit of confusion here and there that maybe could be, I don't know if I would want to say explained a little bit. And one thing I'm kind of curious about is I did not add a background sound effect to the inn because there wasn't an ambience for that, but it seems like once I added the Bob character, now there is you kind of hear people chattering in the background. So even though I only have one person, maybe that automatically, if there's NPCs there, it automatically adds some of that character ambience. Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing, but I think I figured it out. So let's see. One thing we could do... Well, no, we're not going to do that because we don't have any money. So I was going to create a merchant, but I don't want to deal with all that right now. So let's exit. And now we're back outside. And let's go over to some grass.
Leaving Main Street.
And we are going to create...
Panning sounds.
Nope, not that.
Creation tools. Please select which of the tools you... Ability creation tool. Armor creation tool. Enemy creation tool.
Enemies.
Monster creator, please enter creature's name edit.
So we don't have any crazy enemies right now. We're just going to add... do you know what sounds that they have for enemies? I haven't looked in the audio directories. I don't know, like, do they have like a wolf sound or what sort of audio libraries that we can choose from? Brandon? Okay, wolf and dragon. So yeah, we'll just create a wolf.
Please select enemy sound set. Slime. Wolf. Wolf.
Oh, okay, slime and a wolf.
Slime.
All right.
Wolf. Please select unarmed combat sound set. Martial arts trained. Slime. Untrained humanoid. Wolf.
So that's weird. Under the wolf... Okay, that's strange. Yeah, a wolf. Okay, we're going to have martial arts wolf people. Cool.
Untrained wolf.
So we're going to say wolf.
Does this enemy have a body fall sound when defeated? Yes.
Yes, because he has a physical body.
Please enter the enemy's level. The only thing this affects are the enemy's attacks where damage is determined by the enemy's level edit. 1.
Yep, we'll have him a level 1 wolf for now.
Enter a description edit.
I'll just say an ordinary gray wolf.
Enter amount of experience gained for killing this enemy edit. 0.
How about 5?
Enter amount of gold gained for killing this enemy edit. 0.
3.
Enter strength edit. 10.
Oh, okay, enter strength. Yeah, level 1 wolf, he wouldn't be too powerful, so 10 should suffice.
Enter dexterity edit. 10.
Yeah, they're pretty nimble, so we'll give them that.
Enter constitution edit. 10.
I gotta brush up on my D&D lore, or my D&D statistics, because I'm trying to remember what all these... You know, strength and dexterity are pretty obvious. Constitution, isn't that health? I think is constitution. No problem, man. Slime, dragon, whatever. It's all good. So yeah, we'll just leave everything at kind of default for now, unless something seems really out of whack.
Enter intelligence edit. 10.
They're pretty dumb.
Blank.
So we're going to give them an intelligence of like 5. They're not the brightest.
Enter wisdom edit. 10.
We'll say 5 again. Actually,
blank.
5.
Enter charisma edit. 10.
I don't know. Sure, people like wolves.
Enter initiative edit. 0.
So yeah, I'd have to really look up exactly what, you know, for like wolves and stuff, like initiative and what these actually are and if they even really matter. I'll just leave it at 10 because I'm not sure what it is.
Enter evade edit. 10.
Yeah, evade, they're pretty quick little buggers.
Enter accuracy edit. 0.
Accuracy, because he's not that bright, we're going to give him an accuracy of like 2.
Enter armor rating edit. 0.
0 for armor. He's not wearing anything.
Enter HP. This plus the Constitution modifier will give the enemy's total HP value. Edit. 10.
Sure.
Enter mana points. This plus modifiers will give the enemy's total mana value. Edit. 0.
He's not a magical wolf. He's just a regular wolf, so he doesn't get any magical powers.
Enter stamina points. This plus the Constitution modifier will give the enemy's total stamina value. Edit. 0.
So he needs stamina, I would think. Do I give him 10 for stamina, maybe? Because we'll say 5.
Does this enemy have any natural resilience or vulnerability?
No.
Yes. No. Would you like to equip this enemy with any weapons or armor?
No, I would not.
Yes. No. Please select which stat modifier this enemy's unarmed attack uses. Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence.
So I'm going to say
Strength.
strength.
For unarmed attacks, please select the type of physical damage this enemy deals. Bludgeoning, Piercing,
Yeah, because he'll pierce, he'll bite right through you.
Slashing,
Let's see what else he has. Oh, slashing could be good, but
Slashing,
I
Piercing.
think piercing would be good, because he's going to take his teeth and go pierce your skin.
Do you want to add a secondary unarmed damage type to this
No.
enemy's attack? Yes. No. For unarmed attacks, please enter the amount of dice used to calculate damage. Edit. 1.
1 dice should be sufficient.
For unarmed attacks, please enter the amount of sides the dice have. Edit. 6.
Sure. I was thinking about raising it to 10, but we'll do 6.
Would you like to add any natural on-hit status affects? Yes. No.
Nah.
Does this enemy drop any items? Yes. No.
No, because we already defined that he's going to give us XP and that he can drop gold.
Would you like to assign any abilities or magic to this enemy?
No.
Yes. No.
Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I can hit, was it Shift R?
Enter the probability of a random encounter on this map. Edit. 0.
Let's say 20. 1 in 20. Now, actually, one thing I don't remember hearing that I do remember hearing in one of the earlier videos
In front of ye old inn.
is it didn't ask me what type of terrain he could spawn on. Like in the videos, they said, oh, you can make it so that if you're on, let's say, a path, a road or something, they won't spawn there. But if you're in the actual grass of an area, they will spawn there. I don't know if I could edit that, if I could choose what to spawn, or if that's just not in this beta or alpha. So, okay, that's what I thought. So because he doesn't have any special abilities, just regular attacks, stamina's not really a thing. It's kind of like your special ability points. You know, you have like your mana for magic attacks and your stamina for, like, instead of doing a regular attack, you know, maybe you call a special attack like a lunge or something. I get it. Okay. So let's let's see.
Creation tools. Ability creation tool.
Wonder if I can edit.
Please select classes, items, armor, weapons, abilities, status affects, enemies. Please select an enemy. Wolf. Please select overview, stats, experience, abilities, skills, and magic. Damage type, resiliences, vulnerabilities, edit. Droppable items, edit.
So it doesn't look like they have, because I know in, like I said, one of the earlier videos that they did, you could have it where they would only spawn on certain terrain. Yeah, I did. Actually, I didn't do Alt E. I did I did number 5, which brought me to the creator tools, and then you have the option to edit here. But let me
Please select an enemy. Enemies.
Alt E.
Please select classes, items, armor, weapons, abilities, status affects, enemies.
Okay, we'll edit.
Please select an enemy. Wolf. Please select overview, stats, experience, abilities, skills, and magic. Damage type. Resiliences. Vulnerabilities. Edit. Droppable items. Droppable items.
That's it. So unless I missed I overheard something in one of these categories, I don't know what category that would be under, and I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time right now figuring that out, but just know that theoretically you can do that. Yeah, I know you can too. At least you could in the build that they demoed. So it theoretically is in here. I'm not going to go fishing around for it, so we'll just leave it at that for now. But now we do have some enemies, and if I remember correctly, when you go into play, or you go into the testing mode, when you see, different RPGs handle this differently. When you exit, or when you win a battle, let's say, some games will automatically regen your, like if you have 10 health and you lost 5 during the battle, when you leave the battle successfully, it will regenerate your health, and some of them, a lot of RPGs, it doesn't, and I think in this game it will not. So I haven't created any healing potions or anything like that. But this is just, again, like I said, this is just a really good or basic overview. So the only thing that I really want to do is
droppable items. Please select an enemy.
Let's do a couple more things before we go to play. The one thing that I want to remember how to do.
Wolf. Enemies.
Okay,
leaving
let's
in front
walk
of evil
around.
Path to inn. Leaving path to inn. Welcome to blah blah blah. Main street. Leaving main street. Main street.
So we're going to start here. Now I'm trying to remember where I add the character's starting point. Like this is where I want the character to spawn. Just like on the far left, like he's entering town. Where the sign is nearby, and I think that's under the edit menu some frickin' place. Yep, so you're ahead of me there a little bit. Starting map and starting location. Yep, you're right, dude. Well, hey, great minds think alike, right? So, you said that's under edit? I think
Please select.
I think it's under view project options, actually.
View all objects. Project options.
Aha, project options. Close enough. Here we go.
Please select. Set party starting size. Allow user to choose starting party member classes and names. Set currency name. Set starting map.
Okay, let's do that.
Please select map to load. The village.
The village.
The village set as starting map.
Okay, perfect.
Visit this map to place the character's starting point on the map. Set starting map. Game over text. Game over music. In-game saving method. Enter debug mode. Set party starting size. Allow user to choose starting party member. Set currency name. Set starting map. Set player's starting location.
Okay, set starting location.
Find the player's starting position on the map, then press enter to set. To exit placing starting position mode, press escape.
Yep.
Leaving main street.
So we're going to put him right here.
Player starting position set.
Perfect. So now we should be able to go into debug mode. We should be able to go into the inn, do that guy's quest if it worked, And we should be able to get into a couple of random battles until we inevitably die, because we don't have any healing items in our world at this point. In which case, that will be a good time to wrap up the stream. Oh, good call. Saving a map. What a novel idea, right?
Game
Let's
menu.
do that.
Please
Definitely
select an
do
option.
that.
Save map. Save map. Saving. Map saved.
Perfect. Good call. Good call, sir. All right, so let's do this, man. Let's go.
Please select project options. View all objects. Project options. Please select enter debug mode.
Enter debug mode. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
To enter debug mode, you first need to save your map.
Already
Would you
done.
like Sable to save your map and continue to debug mode? Yes.
Sure, why not? We'll save it again.
Saving. Debug mode activated.
Okay, we are in a kind of a playable build. We're going to walk. And even though we're going to walk, a wolf could spawn anywhere, so hopefully I'll make it to the hotel, or the inn.
Leaving Main Street.
Actually, let's go
Main
find our
Street.
sign. Yeah, why don't we hear our sign post?
Leaving Main Street. Welcome to blah blah blah.
So welcome, but we had that rattling sound set for
Main Street.
our signpost, which we don't yet hear. Interesting. Well, whatever. We could edit it, and maybe it was I did it the first time, and when I did it the second time, I forgot to add that. I don't remember. But let's,
Leaving Main Street. Path to inn.
there's our path. Oh, we got a battle. Okay, I thought that would be a battle, but it made the, like, slashy sound.
Entrance to the old inn. Entrance to the old inn.
Okay, we're in the inn. Let's go find Bob. Yeah, I don't... That slicing sound, I think, would indicate a battle, but it doesn't trigger. And it should only... See, there wasn't the option when the video that I watched, like, you would assign, do you want them to be able to spawn only inside, outside, or both? And I didn't get that option for creating that wolf. Oh, okay. Okay, so debug, you can, yeah, I think it's like B or Shift B or something. So we'll do that after we do our quest. But the little cha-ching sound would mean, or your little slicing sound would mean that you would actually go into battle. Okay, but yeah, so I would want to reset the wolf so that it would only spawn outside, not indoors. Let's find Bob.
Bob.
Okay, we're going to space on him.
Hey, you. Pills. Gotta have M. Gotta get M. Left EM up. Suitcase. Pills. Get my pills. Pills are good. Added to quest log.
Okay, pills are good. There's my quest title. Sweetness. So we know about where our pills are going to be.
In staircase.
Oh yay, we're going to fight wolves in the tavern, in the inn.
Bob's suitcase.
Okay.
You found the following items. Select an item to add it to your inventory. Bob's medicine.
All right, cool.
The Bob suitcase is now empty.
And I don't know what it says. It says the Bob's suitcase. So yeah, just instead of just Bob's suitcase, but yes, the Bob. He is the Bob. So let's go turn that in.
In staircase. Bob. At last. I feel like myself again. Thank you, young man. I really did need these. Quest complete. 1 experience gained each, received 2 gold.
Now, 1 experience, I thought I told it that it should have given me 5. But not quite sure, but it did tell us the quest complete. I heard the thing up from my gold. Alright, so that worked. Oh, full. Okay. I guess I figured that if I didn't create any other characters, that it would just be a one character party. Interesting. The more you learn, the more you know. Yeah, this is, boy. I mean, even just the amount of, even though you're not scripting or coding, there's a lot to keep track of in just creating something so simple. I mean, I know once I do it a few times and once I get the procedures and things down, it is mostly intuitive. There's a few things that seem a little bit vague or a little bit confusing. But largely, it seems to make sense. And the one thing we're not going to do in this, just because I feel like kind of wrapping it up here pretty shortly, but you can, so right now we created our project, but we also created our village map. We can also create other maps and then add doorways or custom entrances. Like, we can make like a portal, like or a teleport pad or whatever. And we could, travel between them. So we can have some overworld areas, we can have dungeons, we can have, just call them whatever you want. I could add another map that has the icy terrain, and I could call it, something, I could have like a mountainy terrain that's, you're climbing with ice on it. I could have a cave or a dungeon. So there, I'm sure I'm going to run up against some limitations. Even with the skeleton or the framework of the story that's kind of in my head right now, I don't know if the world traits or events will allow some of the things that I'm thinking of. I actually asked it in the audio games forum earlier today, where one of the things I thought of is, think about like, okay, you're going through the world and you're fighting regular wolves and you're fighting bears and whatever wild animals, maybe some bandits, some your more realistic enemies. But then you go through some quests and you go through the major part of the first part of your story, and you end up doing something. Maybe you killed a certain enemy, or you grabbed an artifact, a la Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. What does the prince do? He grabs this dagger, and when it gets used, it kind of turns everybody in the whole frickin' place to sand creatures. So, can you have the overall world in one regular state, and then if you trigger some sort of like huge altering event, can I then, if I create these alternate versions of these monsters, let's say instead of a wolf, I have a dire wolf, and I could have a feral animal, or I could have, then it starts introducing like skeletons and goblins because some sorcerer like Ganon got resurrected or something, and now he's now he is like, there's moblins and skeletons and all kinds of different things in the world that weren't there until you accidentally unleashed him again. So I don't know if there's going to be that deep of a capability in the final game. The other idea that I was toying with, if the developers do watch this, hello guys, Ebon Sky Studios, awesome work so far, by the way. The other thing that I was toying with was that while you're going through the main game, especially after you have accidentally unleashed whatever it is that happened, you'll have a blacksmith that is going to be able to sell you items, but, or craft items for you, better weapons, better armor. But in order to do that, you need to go into maybe a nearby mine that has several levels in it. You could have an area that has, 10, 20 levels in it. But at first you're weak, so you can only navigate through the first floor or two. And in that floor, you're going to find, things like, really weaker things, maybe some bronze ore or something like that. Well, then you can get some, or you can go out in the wild and get some leather for some leather armor. But then as you are exploring the world, then you can periodically come back to the mine and go deeper. And then the deeper you go, you'll get, of course, harder creatures to fight, but then having them drop, or you'll find chests that have better ore. So maybe you'll get iron ore, or you'll get, mithril armor, or mithril ore, or different things like that, silver, gold. I don't know. I mean, A, I don't know if that's going to be possible, and B, I'm thinking the triggers to do all that is going to be a freaking nightmare, especially for someone who's never done anything like that before. There's going to be a huge learning curve, even though you're not coding. Copious notes and Excel sheets, and I'm damn near thinking of finding, I hate to say it, but like I said, the game isn't out for a while, so if I'm creating things, I almost want to find like a virtual graph paper tool that I can download where I can kind of start sketching out some, I can make a 30 by 30 grid and then put lines in where I want this town to have an inn. I want it to have a blacksmith. I want it to have a couple houses, and then just having different areas and how they're connected. And because that way, if I do a lot of this work up front, then it's just a matter of when the game comes out, I have a lot of my assets, at least in theory. And I can, like I said, I can always go to and find some royalty-free music sites or some sound effect libraries. I may, if you guys know of any of these resources for music libraries, that you either don't have to pay for or that are very, that are reasonably priced, or like a sound effect library that you can have access to, definitely leave them in the comments below or hit me up on Twitter once this gets uploaded to YouTube. Because again, as I'm building these things, if I can get some of the assets, and then once I create them, then I can just start dropping them into the Sable folders. And then it's really just a matter of building everything and then figuring out how to make this nightmare of a trigger system to make the game. Absolutely, that is absolutely right, Brandon. You didn't write a single line of code, but I didn't write a single line of code. I created a map, terrain, labeled some stuff. I made a character, an item. I made a chest. I made an item that goes in that chest, and an actual quest. I can get into a battle, which I haven't done yet, by the way. I'll do that here before we wrap up. Oh, really? That I didn't know. Something about map cloning? I don't remember reading about that or hearing a video about that. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's referring to like having different states. And then the other one thing I wondered is if you can have like a day-night system where maybe creatures, they have more HP at night, or they're more aggressive. Maybe they have a higher attack. They come out more frequently, or they have a higher damage dealt at night. Okay. Okay, it's not, okay, map cloning will be in the final version. That'll be kind of handy, that could be helpful. Let me see how that's spelled. Audio blocks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, if I was actually going to take this seriously, I probably would actually considering, so you said they have sound effects and music? Do they have both? I mean, $150 is kind of steep, but, you know, for the year that you're going to be making a game, you know, like I said, especially if I do all the text stuff earlier and I decide, okay, I'm going to need some stair sounds, some doors, some creatures, some weapons, some traversal effects, and then I'm going to need different music for different locations and battle music or ambience, you know, all that kind of a thing. It might be worth, once I have the textual part of it created, it might be worth doing, paying the $150 for audio blocks, because okay, sound effects and music, very cool. And I'm guessing they probably have a pretty good variety. Oh, sure, okay, yeah. So you would have like fixed. Okay, yeah, you could just make like fixed parts of the story that would transition to a night scene. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you could bounce back and forth, especially if you can clone. Yeah, I see how this is going to work. So you would clone them. You would have a village, and then you could, in the night version, you could add, let's say, like the crickets for the background ambience instead. And then when you transition to maps after a certain trigger, so let's say I complete a quest, and then, then it turns nighttime, and then it clones me, and when I travel to the town, it basically goes to town B. And then if I complete so many other quests, or I complete another, like a certain main quest again, then it turns to day. And then from that point on, I would go back to town A version. So like maybe there will be like campfire sounds in the nighttime version, or birds in the daytime version. Yeah, I can see where that could be. And then you just have to edit, you know, different attributes of different characteristics and dialogue and things based on the cloned map. Okay, I get it. So, right. Oh boy, yeah. This is going to get rather complicated. So we're going to wrap up the video here pretty soon, but let's, where the heck are we? Oh, okay, we're in the inn still, so we...
Bob. I did love those pills. Thanks again, Sonny.
Alright, so we did our quest. We can go outside.
Exit to the old inn. Exit to the old inn.
Okay, we're back outside. Let's go into the grass just because... And let's hit B.
Battle. You encounter one enemy. Cleric, please select.
Cool music. Oh, so I have a cleric.
Attack. Attack. Defend. Attack.
And I would say that it would be a good idea to be able to... I know you can adjust the master volume, I think with like page up and page down, but to be able to also set the music maybe to be a little bit lower than the sound effects, and like I would like separate volume controls for sound effects, music, or sound effects and voice, music, and your actual text-to-speech. Those all should have varying sliders for sound. So...
Defend. Attack.
We'll attack.
Please select an enemy. Wolf.
Wolf.
Miss.
Oh,
Monk,
missed.
please select.
Okay, we got a monk.
Attack.
And I didn't set my character class either. So yeah, if I would have started this, I could have said, I'm going to make this guy a warrior. I don't know how many party members max you can have. 3 or 4 probably.
Attack. Defend. Attack.
Yeah, because that music is kind of loud. Drowning out my voice. My speech synthesizer.
Please select an enemy. Wolf.
Man, you guys suck.
Warrior, please select. Attack.
You better do something there, warrior dude.
Please select an enemy. Wolf. Miss.
Dude,
Wolf.
you guys are fired.
Miss.
Okay, well,
Please
he
select.
missed. At least he sucks too.
Attack. Please select an enemy. Wolf. Miss.
What the hell?
Cleric, please select. Attack. Please select an enemy. Wolf. Miss. Monk, please
I wonder if their attributes are so low that they're just complete buffoons. I wonder, because we didn't actually set any character classes. I forgot. I just assumed that we would start with one character. We might just have to flee because our characters are just brain dead at this point.
select. Attack. Defend.
Let's defend.
Monk assumes a defensive stance. Warrior, please select. Attack.
Let's attack with our warrior.
Please select an enemy. Wolf. Miss.
I think that's our problem. I think we don't
Cleric.
actually have dexterity or a...
2 damage injured.
Okay,
Please
so... Yeah. We got hurt.
Attack.
If I attack...
Please select an enemy. Wolf. Miss.
Yeah, I think that's
Cleric,
our
please
problem.
select.
Let me check the chat real fast. Right, I didn't create a... I don't have any spells, or I don't have any weapons that I've equipped him with. So basically, we're just going to punch some wolves a la Minecraft. And we're going to start punching trees, punching wolves, whatever. So yeah, basically, you know, it's just your basic, typical, early RPG turn-based combat, because we have attack,
Attack. Defend. Equipment.
equipment,
Items.
so we would have like potions to... If we had some health or mana restore potions, maybe some cure poison or whatever.
Status.
Status.
Battle order.
Okay. It'll tell us the battle order.
Debug mode battle options.
Oh, okay. Debug.
Blink. Debug. Blink.
Let's flee because our characters suck. And there you go. I think, yeah, that's basically... I mean, I know there's more that we could do, but... This gives me a pretty good idea of at least some of the core gameplay loops that you would do. I would be interested in learning more about what types of things are going to be in the game that aren't in this alpha build, because, like I said, as I start to flesh out and build my setting and my characters and my story, like, I have to basically design everything. I have to, especially the story that'll tie into the gameplay mechanics and battles, I have to design around the limitations and the capabilities of the Sable engine, the Sable creation tools. So I gave a couple examples of some potential ideas for things. The cloning, I think, is going to be extremely helpful. I think I'll still be able to do, like, I know you can have multiple levels. I know you can have up to 2 in the beta or the alpha. But can you say, instead of going 2 up, like if I'm doing like a subterranean dungeon, can I go -1? Can I, if I have a 5-level dungeon, can I go start at 1 or 0 or whatever and then go down in addition to up? So I can specify I want to go down into the depths of Diablo's lair rather than up into like a wizard's tower or something like that. That would be another thing I would like to see. I may not be able to tie, like, gating. You know, it might just be a thing of you go down to level 3 of the cave, you're fighting, if you don't save often, and you start fighting things down there, you're going to get your butt kicked until you actually get enough XP and get decent enough armor. It's just going to be a natural trial and error thing of you'll get as far as you can until, like, there's been RPGs where, like, enemies don't necessarily level with you, but you go into a zone at the beginning of the game, open world RPG. I think, Oh, what was the one that I played many years ago? It's a Gothic. There's a series. It's really jank, but it was this third-person open-world RPG. Kind of wanted like a, kind of like an Elder Scrolls-esque wannabe, but it had some really cool things about it. But it was sort of jank. But like if you went off into the wrong area, you were just going to get absolutely massacred. And then you could do it that way, or you could do it, I know in one of the videos that I saw, they said you can tell enemies to basically, they auto-level along with you. Like I know Elder Scrolls Oblivion did that, and a lot of people didn't like it, but some people did. Okay, let's see. I'm just checking the chat again here. Oh, okay, sure. Right. Okay, so what he said was that, let's say I'm doing something like Diablo's Dungeon, Diablo's Lair. You create a 10-level dungeon, but you have your starting point. So if I go from this nice, peaceful village into the lair, you basically would spawn, when you transition, you would go to the top level, and then you would just work your way down. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, actually. So yeah, that would be doable. And then it would just be a matter of balancing the enemies so that maybe you could only go through the first level or two before you start getting your butt kicked until you start exploring the actual world. So, they're kind of just gated naturally by the strength of your enemies and your XP and equipment. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been very intriguing. I've learned a lot. Very fun. I'm impressed with this Sable creation tool. Again, it is an early alpha. It's available until the end of May, which is why I wanted to get this stream going and get the Mixer archive up right away tomorrow. So this couldn't have come out at a better time. But yeah, and thank you to Brandon. You've been super helpful. Just like, I probably would have figured out some of it, but some of the stuff, yeah, I didn't even know you could do. So that was super helpful. Just learning kind of the sequence of like, oh, how do you make a quest? What order do you have to create things in? Can you create an object and then later assign it to an NPC? Or all kinds of different things like that. So there's going to be a definite learning curve, even with no scripting, even with no coding. There's still going to be some learning and the best way to accomplish things, and you might have to kind of, make your own workarounds for things that you want to do. But that's any sort of creation. That's any kind of creation tool. So yeah, I might putz around with this a little bit more in my spare time just to see what other types of things I can do and kind of understand like the creature mechanics, and maybe, assign a character a weapon, figure out how to make enemies spawn only on certain items and outside only. That'd be a good thing to know. So yeah, exactly. A lot of playtesting and balancing. Oh, welcome to game development, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. Yeah, thank you for the offer. I know when I listened to your podcast a little while ago, I know you were talking about working on your own type of game and working with, even having writers and different things like that. That is the area I think where I'm going to struggle with the most, just because, like I said, I'm not a strong fictional writer. But I think with the idea that I had early on in this stream, like I had a different idea about a week ago, and I wrote some initial notes down on it, but it was so far more like epic than I had any right to create. Like, I'm not experienced, and looking back, it's the premise sounds interesting, but it's just there's so many moving pieces, and there's just so much complexity, and especially as a first-time game designer, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You don't want to make it sound exactly like something else. You don't want it to be cliche, but you want to do something that is within your ability, within your scope as you're learning. So I think the idea that I came up with roughly in the last 24 hours, 12 hours, is a lot more manageable, because, like I said, the other one was just so convoluted that it was tough. But yeah, this could be a very interesting long-term project. I can tell just by the amount of work that it took to create what I did this evening that, yeah, it's going to be a long haul. But as I said on other videos and podcasts, I've always wanted to be a game developer in some capacity. I've had my name in some credits as a Kickstarter backer, or like a general kind of a consultant on accessibility or blindness. Shout out to Bill Gardner and Perception, things like that. But like, just to say, even though I'm, even if I'm just using a lot of pre-made assets and using someone else's game creator tool, well, hey, the fact that if I could create from start to finish my own game, a simple RPG, I win. That's pretty cool. So I think we are going to wrap it up here.
Menu.
Let's
please select an option. Exit game.
Let's exit.
Are you sure you want to exit? Yes.
Yes. All right, and we'll go back to OBS here. Let's see if there's any other comments. Yeah, I totally hear you. The time thing, as I said in my video on Saturday, like, I've got so many things. I mean, I'd love to do this. I would love to create those Mario levels and worlds. I've got some VR stuff. Got the channel. I've got streaming, and then just doing things in my own time. I like to read and play drums and do other things, and got a backlog 800 miles long of games and movies and books and all kinds of media that I need to consume. Assuming we can actually enter the real world again, social life, again. And then there's this little thing called a day job, that thing that takes up 8 hours of your time or more. So yeah, I totally understand being busy. But with that, I will wrap it up here. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, mixer.com/BGFH, illegally-cited.com, or of course, youtube.com/illegally-cited, where these Mixer streams are going to be uploaded unlocked for you guys every Monday. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I certainly did. Thanks again to everybody who joined. Thanks, Brandon, for all the help on creating this very, very primitive starting zone for my RPG, or an RPG. But we'll chat with you guys in the next stream. Later.